agenda is coming to you from the Cyber Hub in Gurgaon. And of course, why we are here, because it's the day before those amazing election results that have emerged out of Haryana, where BJP is forming the government for the very first time. Now, ADR, the Association of Democratic Rights, has also done a study of all those results. And on the show today, with this Gurgaon audience, we'll be going through that. We have a special panel from Gurgaon joining us to analyze those results. But many people are actually saying that it's not just what the BJP did right, it's what the government there, who's been there for the last 10 years, the Congress did wrong. And earlier in the day, I spoke with former Union Minister who really lashed out strongly against Bhupinder Hooda. Take a look. How much do you blame him for dismal results and Congress's performance?
I think responsibility should be owned by him, because he enjoyed total, absolute, unbridled power for the last 10 years that he was Chief Minister.
Unbridled power, you say. How did that play out in the selection of candidates, what kind of campaigning, what to focus on? How did that play out? And can you tell us, looking back now at how your party performed, what went exactly wrong?
Well, as far as campaign and other things, the publicity, all these things were concerned, there were committees, a lot of people were consulted. And but let's not forget that it was more or less one-sided. And in selection of tickets also, most leaders were consulted. But by the end, when the tickets were finally given out, it was heavily loaded in his favor.
The opposition would say that the reason why the High Command would have alienated people like you and others who were complaining about him is because he was defending, and because of Robert Vadra matter. What would you say to that?
No. You're looking at the wrong end of the tunnel. Absolutely, absolutely wrong. Because the High Command has always been very good to me personally and to most all of our leaders. I don't think any one of us have even an iota of problem with the High Command. They have given us so much, they have reposed faith in all of us, but then I think I'm at fault if I let down my High Command. It is not them. So that's what went wrong with the Congress, but we are now talking about how Haryana has voted. With me, we have Anil Verma of the Association of Democratic Reform. We also have Pushpesh Pant, noted political commentator and columnist, and someone who is feeling very, very proud of the way they've done over here. We have Kulbhushan Bhardwaj. He's head of the BJP here in Gurgaon. And for the central BJP perspective, we have Nupur Sharma, who joins us from the BJP's headquarters. Our first talking point really is that when you talk of Haryana, everyone always talks about caste. So the whole thing right now and the news developments is, will Haryana get a Jar Chief Minister or a non-Jar Chief Minister? And how has caste played a role? That's what we're talking about. Pushpesh Pant, when you see the result, do you think, what is the verdict on caste? How has it played a role?
I'm very elated. I think that the backbone of the caste identity politics has been broken. What else explains Dushyant losing a pocket borough, a sitting MP losing an assembly segment in an area where the family has had the Dabdaba and the Dabangai for generations? So I think it's not only that. Now is the consolidation of votes for development, which BJP very shrewdly managed to its advantage. I think it is what Shailja Kumari was saying, what Congress did wrong, and Mr. Robert Vadra and his land deals were hanging like a albatross round Mr. Hooda's neck. And people don't wait for court verdict to come out in these cases, the way honest officers like Khemka were being hounded. So I think it's interesting that youngsters belonging to all castes, be they rural or urban, are voting for a leadership which is credible, transparent and can deliver and is energetic. There is no comparison between Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, you call him a Sanko Panza or whatever it is, but no comparison between Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Manmohan Singh who preceded them.
Okay. So that's positive note for what's happening, how people are voting and how Haryana is changing. And if you look at the change, Gurgaon is interesting because it has 4 seats and all 4 were not with the BJP, and this time all 4 have gone to the BJP. So Bharadwaj जी, हम आपसे पूछना चाहेंगे कि चारों सीटें आप भाजपा की तरफ आया, तो क्या ये किस लिए लोगों ने वोट किया है?
देखिए, हरियाणा के अंदर पिछले कई वर्षों से, इससे पहले जो निवर्तमान मुख्यमंत्री भूपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा जी की सरकार रही, उससे पहले चौटाला जी की सरकार रही, तो लोगों में एक बहुत पीड़ा थी कि लोगों के जो है वो काम नहीं हो पा रहे थे। समान विकास की जो हम बात करते थे, कहीं पर विकास नहीं हो पा रहा था। सबसे ज्यादा अगर लोगों जनता को पीड़ा थी कि व्यक्तिगत आधार पर नियुक्ति होना और उसके बाद चाहे भूमि घोटाले हों, चाहे किसानों के भूमि अधिग्रहण का मामला हो, किसानों की भूमि को अधिग्रहण करके उनको उद्योगपतियों को बेचना, बेरोजगार इतने थे यहाँ पर, सीएलयू का जो मामला रहा यहाँ से लेकर, और एक वाड्रा जी का जो मामला रहा, और उसके पश्चात जब लोगों ने मांग की कि इस पर जांच होनी चाहिए, तो उन अधिकारियों को प्रताड़ित करना, ऐसे अन्य जो सारे मामले।
So you're talking about corruption, you're talking about land reforms and all of these and development. But what's interesting, and this is where I want to ask the central leadership, Nupur Sharma, your person over here in Gurgaon is also talking about the fact that it's development. How is it then that the discussion post the verdict in the BJP has been, should we go for a Jat CM or a non-Jat CM? And when we speak to various contenders as well, they're also pitching why it's time now for the BJP to have a non-Jat CM, or for Haryana to have a non-Jat CM. Why is it that it's come back? You rallied and you campaigned in the name of development, but now you've come back to the same old formula.
Sunetra, I don't think that anybody from the central leadership has actually come out with this statement that we are going to look at the caste and community of the person before we decide if he's going to be the Chief Minister of Haryana. I think it's the parliamentary board's decision who the Chief Minister of Haryana is going to be. And I'd just like to add a bit. I've been hearing a lot in the media that this is not as much as BJP's win as it is Congress's loss. I think that's where everybody is wrong. Why? Because Inelo could have won. Why? Because Janhit Congress could have won, and they were decimated equally. Now, having said that, I think the problem is that agriculture had no growth because nobody knew what was happening with land reforms, how you were changing the use from agriculture to commercial of all the land available in the market or with the government. 1. 2, industry saw a heavy dent. There were no industries coming in because, especially because of the labor union strikes which were hitting Haryana for a couple of years. So I think this has to be kept in mind that, and obviously the corruption which was just on an all-time high. You have to understand that these 3 main issues, plus the fact that I heard Ms. Shelja on your channel before you came here, and you spoke about Mr. Robert Vadra, and she said, oh, High Command has been nice to us. I think Mr. Robert Vadra is not even a member of the Congress in any capacity as a politician. So you took one name and they just went on the defensive. So it actually adds up. Voters today are no longer people you can take for a ride. They want development, and that's what works. And this is something that the BJP central leadership completely realizes, understands, and the Chief Minister is going to be just that. Somebody who's dynamic and bring about the necessary development that the state so desperately needs.
Okay, so that's where your party stands. Let's just look at the results and what else the message sends out. And that's where our second talking point also comes in. Let's not forget 13 women MLAs. That's come in. And there were 4 CAP leaders who have actually contested. All of them lost. Anil Verma, so many women winning. It doesn't seem that many when you think out of 90. But why is it significant?
It's very significant because of the skewed sex ratio in Haryana, where the number of females per 1,000 males is very less. So in the last assembly there were 9 women, and this time there are 13 who have won.
Yes.
But there was a huge number of women which contested the vote. That is a very positive sign.
Really? How
Yes,
what is
I
the
think
figure again?
roughly 1,300 which contested.
Okay.
So which is a huge number.
It's
for
never
Haryana.
happened before.
It's not happened before.
Okay.
And the other positive takes which I can give you now is that compared to the last assembly, this time there is a reduction in the number of criminal cases candidates. I mean people who have won, I'm talking about the winners.
Yeah.
There is a 7% reduction. And
in criminal candidates.
Yes, and-
Although let's not forget, Om Prakash Chautala, they did much better than the Congress, even though he campaigned on bail.
yeah.
Okay.
But the issue is that even amongst the serious cases,
Yeah.
they are not the heinous variety which you find in the other states of Andhra Pradesh
Yeah.
and Maharashtra and all.
Okay.
If I were to just tell you, in Maharashtra, the number of criminal cases amongst the winners has gone up from 50% to 56%.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, the other thing I want to tell you about is the functioning of the Haryana Assembly in the previous government.
Yeah.
On an average, in a year, the assembly was functioning only for 10 days. And in
In the entire
year,
Okay.
the average was 10 days. And how the bills were passed was absolutely without any discussion. Within 15 to 20 minutes to half an hour, a bill was being passed. Now, that is no way assembly should be functioning.
Yeah. Okay. So these are very interesting statistics and trends we are seeing. Pushpesh Pant, what is the kind of impact you think it will have on the assembly, the new assembly that's coming? More women. We're also going to talk about the fact that another talking point is the fact that most of the winners, 50% majority of the winners, are less than 50. So they're getting younger.
I think it's not only they are getting younger, it's not only more women are going to be there. I think it's the mindset which has changed. I think you may like it, may not like it, you may be anti-Modi, pro-Modi, but Modi's emergence as a dynamic, credible prime minister who's not tainted with any charge of corruption and committed to the nation has brought about a mindset change which cuts across party lines. People have suddenly been called turncoats because they jumped ship and joined BJP. But they jumped BJP with good reason, like they had at one stage, at the height of the Anja Hazare movement, started jumping in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party. They thought there was hope there. Now
Right.
they see hope here with BJP and Modi. So I do think it's going to make a major change in Haryana, and the party is not confined. I'm not a BJP supporter, party member, etc. So, but I must make it clear that there is a sense of expectation
Okay.
in a objective vote candidate like me, person who's staying in Gurgaon,
Yeah.
who thinks that change might not happen, as General Verma said.
Yeah.
Things might happen, assembly might meet longer, administration might work.
ओके भारद्वाज जी, क्या आप लोग जब चुनाव के कैंडिडेट्स देख रहे थे, क्या लोगों ने देखा कि जो ज्यादा जवान हैं, थोड़े से यंगर है, उनको ढूंढना चाहिए? मुझे मालूम है कि भाजपा के सेंट्रल लीडरशिप में भी दे वांटेड पीपल फॉर द कमिटीज, फॉर जनरल सेक्रेटरी, दे वांटेड पीपल हु वर यंगर, 60 से ज्यादा नहीं. अमित शाह भी थोड़े यंगर माने जाते हैं. क्या आप लोगों ने भी कैंडिडेट्स ऐसे चुने?
देखिए, ये तो एक इत्तेफाक है और मैं समझता हूँ कि मैं एक नौजवान हूँ, तो मेरा जो है धर्म बनता है कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा नौजवान आए. क्योंकि सबसे बड़ी बात क्या है, विधानसभा के अंदर चाहे लोकसभा हो,
ओके.
यंगस्टर आगे आते हैं तो उनके अंदर एक जज्बा होता है, एक ऊर्जा होती है काम करने का.
और मैं आई वांट टू आस्क सम ऑफ आवर ऑडियंस मेंबर्स, डू यू ऑल वोट? इफ यू सी अ लिस्ट ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स, डज इट help make up, do you vote for the person who's the youngest, or does youth play a factor at all in who you vote for, or is it just incidental?
Yes, it does. I guess yes, it does. Because the thing is that most of India problem is not because of patriarchy; it's because of the mindset of the old citizens. And when I see someone younger, I feel some kind of interpersonal relationship with him. And secondly, that I know that his mindset is gonna be much like mine. So
Yeah.
that a progressive in a constructive manner.
Okay, Anil Verma, if you talk about younger, how much younger are we looking? Average age from last assembly to this time?
Yeah, between 25 to 40 years, there are 9 candidates and 9 winners.
Yeah.
And between 40 and 60 years, there are 61. So the majority lies in the range of 40 to 60 years.
And that's very different from last time round.
Not very different, but
Okay.
better.
Okay, so we're going to take a short break now. When we come back, the final word on this: how has the urban vote here in Haryana been a factor? That's coming up in just a bit on Agenda. Stay with us.